Time is about 1:25. Today is 6 June 2022. I came to shop because I didn't have bread and something like this to eat. For example, today and for example tomorrow morning, and extra more. For example, biscuits and something. What's you see? Is popcorn, compressed popcorn for tomorrow. But you know, they didn't say to me, for example, oh nigga, oh sorry. I eat banana and mix, and that has issue. For example, they didn't, and they don't say me to, for example, to you when you arrived to Great Belgium, various place, who is as they said, for example, DTNV NV said that border, that border makes, for example, solution for this. After many times ask, I did it, but no answer. And today Kua came to me and said tomorrow about 6 a.m., 6 quarter like this, to come to reception. Unfortunately, they hello. They bring me back to Belgium, but that is absolutely not my important issue. Is I never want to come back to Iran. Unfortunately, I don't want to kill myself. You know, never. But unfortunately, but never lose trust to human and God. I had issue with Lidel and something before in Jambo. Lidel would be. Yes, in Lidel, because the first I went to Jambo, and after to go to Lidel, and for example, at the end I went to Aldi, because I saw so little money, and you know, to manage to something eat as you want. And I went in Lidl, so for example, seller to loudly to say eagle, and like this, because I totally describe it this at least one air plug, and never care naturally, mentally and physically. And physically, that is one, for example, air plug to put to destroy the electro-physical receiver and the sender of this OB application, unfortunately, and makes around you as they can. They wanted to make you as a symbolic refugee to be targeted. Unfortunately, international issue, and makes themselves a stand-up delusion of nothing, especially nothing of humanity. OB system alive. Absolutely, immigration and take a refugee is so important, and the end of a system problem to make it, not more, not less. After I heard, and after I paid my, for example, issue about some euros. I had, for example, 15 euros, and totally I paid, for example, 14, 13 euros like this for three supermarkets, Aldi, Lidel, and Jambo. And I spoke with my seller when he was quiet, and I said, your colleague makes so loudly offense on the public. What is the problem? And I am a symbolic refugee, international symbolic refugee, and absolutely with Wi-Fi to have issue. But I put air plug, and not too deeply to describe for him, but I said I want to see manager at least. After somebody, for example, 5 minutes like this, as a security come to me and to say what is problem, I said that this is issue. I am international refugee symbolic, unfortunately, and this person loudly makes offense equal and equal. But he said, what is mean of equal? And I said that is in great, absolutely. Germany, Deutschland has means has mean valueless like this. And that was issue, for example, to say to them, and I said to him, I am unfortunately going to deport Brussels, Belgium. Ali Sarabi, and not much, but as briefly, I don't want to make you, for example, police say never, but police also police never said to hint about, but police said no expand, for example, something message. I didn't understand totally, but for police, I said never care. Naturally, I can to expand on the public for humanity, one God, one religious. He said never. And only for a refugee symbolic, I had to say to, for example, this security to make an issue. And when this seller had been left away to other because totally with Wi-Fi knows my totally confidence up to say what is your problem, complain, care naturally on the public, and absolutely, for example, that has issue to other. When I also said if that was happen, I will say to police, absolutely, to call the police. Offense for what? What is your issue? Absolutely, Wi-Fi, we are electrophysical, and I said to him, electrophysical. And that is issue, I came to Aldi also. But not, for example, to close situation, and not much as than a store before to say loudly equal. But one time I totally heard. I heard, and for example, for something issue to make for humanity, to say to other, absolutely, they know me with Wi-Fi at least. That is this production of great Aldi is not equal, at least they know. But people was so angry, and I emphasize again to police, you make a mistake, absolutely. This infinity great human Netherlands everywhere. I am nothing, and absolutely with this issue to make anxiety them, because totally I can manage with this never care naturally. And police said never expand on the public, when I couldn't also to expand here. About more than once ago I came to expand some paper, for example one paper, as in my description, never care naturally, one God, one religious, natural system, natural, so briefly. And after I expand this mall at Ter Apel, totally two security to come to me so angry, and when they wanted to make issue, and I said, please don't touch me, I'm nothing, you know, with Wi-Fi you have issue. But he said, what they didn't say, for example, you couldn't expand like 3 months I did. And absolutely, for police say go to court and complain, and I did it, but nothing to answer. I wrote down, but unfortunately today is holiday, Monday, 6 June, and if I can, tomorrow I will give paper to them. You know why they make me in danger with this situation. They didn't say me I expand, for example, security and police. Amsterdam, Heerenveen, Emmen, Ter Apel, Refugee Center. And absolutely I had issue with these securities when they didn't also to say to me that is illegally, don't do it. If they said, I never do it. About more than 1 month ago, unfortunately. And I hinted to them, because mall is for humanity. You eat and you clothes, you wear and everything to make humanity. Not to these securities. And for example, I went to something issue about 200-300 meters down to direct to this situation, has like a mobile and SIM card, and like this I ask again of stuff I can, for example, like is look like at least in Europe you can use, but she said never, you couldn't make you couldn't use in Great Belgium, unfortunately, but only here. That is not issue. And I spoke with staff like a seller, like a mobile SIM card seller, and etc. Has a great German language issue. And I remembered when I wanted to go out, something I have, for example, issue with Great Germany, choose and like this, of it as in for like this. This is so disability, unfortunately. That has issue. And I said when somebody also on there and said to, because I was so with this abnormality for humanity, and nobody say me in Great Netherlands you can say never care naturally. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake again. But I can, for example, police never said you couldn't say with yourself to record on the public Facebook and like this, and I hinted many times to them. And no, for example, issue. Thankful of Great Netherlands, absolutely. Police never lose trust to God and human, and that was SIM card, mobile SIM card seller, at least to somebody on there. And I said, for example, you came to shop, eat, and clothes, wear, and like this for making humanity. Absolutely, they human everywhere. No, they have brain and absolutely knows better than me. In Aldi, I wanted to finish. As you know, moment by moment, I have issue. And after many around me, I stood up in line about, for example, some minutes, 10 minutes like this. And people was so angry and makes abnormality, as they can, unfortunately. And never care naturally is so important to expand to bit. I am nothing. I couldn't make a informed great human everywhere in Great Netherlands, at least. Absolutely. To practice and more mentally and physically believe with this sentence make humanity, and absolutely for rationally believe one God, one religious, and practice and physically, for example, to make a solution rationally. Earplugs, one earplugs with for voice, absolutely. If they makes with Wi-Fi issue on the air, you are electrophysical, and they know it. Unfortunately, they make panic and makes you anxiety and to get themselves alive, at least. And two, after they more did more, for example, you couldn't complain, you put two earplugs, as I unfortunately yesterday this night I had issue when Koa said you couldn't, we cannot help you when they have activated Obi in my unit mate, as an unit mate, unfortunately. But I don't want to make it even, I describe so much, an offense to Lordly Zebbi, anything eagle, and look like a Aldi. And after I came to seller and I said, please, I here to say Lordly Eagle, but your production absolutely great. Aldi makes quality and great, absolutely. I satisfy, at least. God bless human. Never lose trust to human and God. I am coming back to great Belgium.